You're on MoneyHub with Zipporah Dankwa, and yet again, something new, something by Kofi Kakari to lift our spirits because, hey, this year, dear, we're not going down without a fight. We're continuing the entrepreneurial journey, and today I have yet another amazing entrepreneur for us to speak with. Today we're going down to the law. This gentleman was not expecting the angle that you guys have gotten used to with me. Now we are getting to the entrepreneur, the heart of the entrepreneur right here in the studio with me. I would love for you to help me welcome lawyer and corporate consultant Ernest Kofi Boateng, who is a Ghanaian qualified lawyer with experience in corporate and commercial law. He is experienced in labor law, financial market regulation, and real estate. Oh, we're talking business after this. He advises on local and international clients on regulatory compliance, business transaction, and dispute resolution. 2025 Fellow of the African Lawyers Alliance. Ooh, come on, 2025 Fellow. Oh my goodness. So please welcome into the studio with me Ernest Kofi Boateng as we talk about the journey of an African Lawyers Alliance Fellow on the entrepreneur's journey right here on MoneyHub. Welcome.
Thank you, Zipporah.
I know you were not expecting the angle that Zipporah is trying to take you on today.
I know you caught me off guard. Yeah, a little chit chat before. I wasn't expecting it, but all the same, I hope we have a good conversation this afternoon.
Going to be amazing, right? On MoneyHub, we're all about vulnerability and truth. And the truth is that we need to know what we're in for. And as young people, we are very boggled down by a lot of things that are happening. Not having enough money, our background with family, finances. All of these things have become a stumbling block for a lot of us.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why these stories are important, because we have to not only be inspired, but to also see that the journey is still continuing, even for people we are seeing as big man or big woman, the journey is still continuing. And there's some principles that work for us, that brought us here, and will probably work for anybody who applies those same principles, So I'm about to throw you in the deep end. You know how it is right here on MoneyHub. Can you take me back to your childhood? What did you want to be? Did you want to be a lawyer?
So this questionnaire it brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
As far back as I think in kindergarten, I remember watching the action movies and thinking to myself, I like the way they use the guns, the machine guns,
Yes.
the bombs.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I could become a soldier.
No way.
So I was having this obsession with becoming a military person since I was young.
Wow.
And it wasn't until 2009, I think, when I watched Gifted Hands,
Yes.
the Ben Carson story.
No, oh, I love that movie.
So when I watched that movie, I thought, well, being a neurosurgeon would perhaps look good on me. So I started taking my science seriously. I wanted to see what could become of it.
Yes.
But, as the journey would go, I think that was somewhere in JHS2.
Yes.
The chemistry became a bit complex. The biology was something else. And I love the social sciences.
Yes.
What I mean by that was social studies, my RME, my languages.
Yes.
I was very good with my languages. Then I started watching Newsfile on Joy FM and fell in love with this man, Samson Ladianginini. And I got to know he was a lawyer.
Wow.
And then there were other members of his panel that were also lawyers. The now Justice of the Appeals Court, Berma Yao Opong.
Yes.
And then I think Kofi Bentil at the time. So I used to watch them, enjoy how eloquent and intelligent they sounded. And they were all rounded. They could speak to issues.
Yes.
And I think that was what I wanted to become. So I got the understanding that the law intersects with every facet of society.
Yes.
So that is what I think I'll become. Then, of course, I think what most of my generation settled on becoming lawyers was after the 2012 petition case. We started, viewing live the proceedings in the Supreme Court, and I was like, well,
okay, wait. I mean, take me back. I'm sorry. I actually am now very familiar with a lot of things, especially in Ghana.
Okay.
What is this petition, and how did that become a turning point for a lot of Ghanaians?
Okay, so everyone wants. Not everyone.
Okay.
People that want to become lawyers
Yes.
would have a certain person
Yes.
that they would look up to.
Yes.
For me, in my family, there's no lawyer. There's no lawyer in my
Wow.
mom's family, in my
Yes.
father's family. There's no lawyer. So there wasn't someone
Yes.
I was looking up to
Yes. In
till
your
it was
family
shown to me on TV,
Wow.
seeing what they do.
Interesting.
And I realized this is something I can also do.
Yeah.
So why not?
Wow.
So I think it even influenced the kind of course I did in SHS.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my dad and I, we had a little debate. He wanted me to read science. Of course, what chemistry and biology in JHS had taught
Yes.
me, I was like, I'm not sure. Let me do general arts, let me do some languages. So I did
Yes.
literature. I even did
Oh.
Chi. And I did government and then history in SHS. So that was those were the things that formed
Yes.
my thoughts on who I thought I wanted to become. That was to become a lawyer. Yeah.
I love that your dad, the fact that you even ended up having this conversation with your dad shows that he was quite an involved character in your life. I'm picking up.
He's still involved in my life. My dad, of course, is not Jesus Christ, but yeah, he's my savior. I mean,
Yeah.
there's been several instances in my life where I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
It just took a conversation with him, and then I'll be illuminated, and I'll know what exactly I'm supposed to do. He would encourage you. Of course, he's a disciplinarian, so
Yeah.
he would ensure that you do the right thing. So yeah, shout outs to Ernest Kofi Boateng, pastor.
He's a
Yes,
pastor.
yes, he's a
Oh,
pastor.
I should have known you were PK. But I love this so much because, I mean, honestly, short of God, your parents are the biggest influences
Definitely.
in your life before
Most
the world.
definitely. Most
You know?
definitely.
And unfortunately, sometimes we let it fall through the cracks. So to see a father continue his journey from then even till now is such a beautiful
Yeah,
thing to hear.
even now as a lawyer, we still speak of my areas of interest. Of course, he's not into
I was going to say,
law.
and your dad is not even into law, but he
Yes,
still engages
of
you.
course,
I
and
love that.
he's well read,
Yeah.
so he knows some bits of
Yes.
information. So he will tell you what he knows, and he
Yeah.
expects you to tell him more. Yes, so even recently we were discussing international law and how it affects Trump's invasion in
Yes.
Venezuela. So it was a very good conversation
I
that we
love
had.
that.
Yeah.
One thing I'm hearing is that you had good support from your
Yeah.
dad. What are some of the challenges that happened on this path that you decided to go on?
Okay, so I was young.
Yeah.
I was stubborn. I wouldn't want to say I was a problem child. No, I wouldn't. But then, I mean, I was at that time in my life where I really didn't have a sense of direction. And I think that is what I needed at that point in time.
Yeah.
Someone to put me in the center.
Yeah.
Someone to keep me grounded, and then to show me or help me process
Yeah.
what it is exactly I'm supposed to do. So let me tell you a story.
Yeah.
After SHS, after my WASI and everything, the typical lawyer route, not a lot of lawyers like math.
Not only lawyers, though.
Are you sure? So I failed my math in WASI.
Wow.
So after the first failure, that was in the WASI proper, I thought, okay, maybe I can write and then do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so the November of that same year, I did it and I failed again.
Oh my goodness.
So in my mind, I was like, no, I'm done. Maybe let me go back to my primary or the very beginning of what I wanted to become. That was to go into the military. So I was toiling with that thought for just and then I voiced it that we had a conversation with my dad. So we even wanted to explore other tertiary institutions, but perhaps go and do a diploma, go and do an HND. But he reminded me of what I said I wanted to become and how he would help me get there. So we lived in Kumasi. I grew up in Kumasi.
Oh.
But because of work, my dad got transferred to Accra.
Okay.
And that was the period he was leaving Kumasi for Accra.
Yeah.
So there was that point where all my family were in Accra and I was still in Kumasi trying to get my grade in math till I finally got it in 2016. So that was this is the support system that I had. Of course, my mom also supported me prayer wise and showed me much love that nobody could ever show me.
Oh man. You know what? It's so crazy because as your story is going on, I feel like I'm getting flashbacks to my own life. I'm like,
maybe I
this
should
guy,
be
like, excuse me, did we live parallel lives in different parts of Africa? Because, it's so funny. After I finished matric in South Africa, I also failed math.
Wow.
I didn't fail it. I had just passed, which was bad because, you want your marks to be good so that you can get into good university. And then I wrote it the second time and I got the same marks. I was heartbroken.
The same thing.
I ran away from home for like a day.
Really?
Oh, I was traumatized. I was heartbroken,
My mom would hope me if I ever tried that.
Oh. It was the first time I'd ever tried that. So my dad was like, hey, I thought you were strong. What's this? But I think it was yet another one where my dad also had to be like, okay, what do you want to do? Let's figure that out. Yeah. And then, they also moved during my matric year to another city. So I was back home by myself. I'm like, this guy. This is so
Story
crazy.
of our lives, huh?
And I was also a PK.
Oh.
Yeah, I say the plot thickens.
Yeah.
What I want to ask right now is that you have, I've had the privilege to meet your lovely lady over there, and you met her in law school, right?
Yeah.
So that means that you were able to overcome the whole WASI situation. You made it through law school, and now you are here working with international organizations. What are some of the qualities you think that you brought with you to where you are now that has made you, I would say, the success that you are in your industry right now?
Okay, so I would always answer your questions with a story because I mean...
That is what I kidnapped you here for.
So after the conversation I had with my dad, after failing the first two papers, and that was math, I had the same grade D7. So he made me realize he was not just going to let me go. He was going to push and then make sure whatever he saw my future become, he saw it through. So I psyched myself. So the very first quality I think that I came to terms with was resilience. Resilience. And then also I had to master discipline and long-term commitment because law school was going to take me about 6 years. And this was a journey that I had not even begun. Because here I was failing my math papers till I eventually passed. Then even getting my admission to the university was some sort of like a miracle. Because I applied and a week later I was told I had admission.
What?
With all the grades that I had, they offered me law as my first degree in the university. And I could only see the hand of God in this. And maybe, God was just, bringing me back on the path I was supposed to be on and all along. So it has been resilience, it has been discipline, it has been, my commitment to this long-term goal of ensuring that I become what I've always wanted to become. And it hasn't been easy. There have been days where you feel like you want to give up. And trust me, I know there's perhaps a law student listening to me. There's someone in the law school. There's even someone that has begun practice as a lawyer. And things are very tough because you would realize it is not most rewarding when you start out, or even in law school. You realize that the workload is a lot. The workload is crazy. And some of the things you wouldn't even understand. To even get someone to explain it to you is like, and for someone that has gone through the trauma of failing,
I'm sure you're like,
I vowed not to even trail any of my papers, and to the glory of God, I never failed a single paper till I passed out of Ghana School of Law. So that is my own personal testimony. So these were the things that I picked up, and by the grace of God, yes, I am where I am because of that.
Because you have to, it's so funny because I was talking to my pastor. I think I was sharing that we were all together earlier today, and I was telling him about just how difficult it is starting.
Yes.
When you're putting systems in place for things to work, it feels like you're all going up a mountain.
Yeah.
You are rolling a big boulder up a mountain, but the moment you get to where you've actually put the systems in place, it kind of takes over, because then going the other side is just a free fall.
Yeah.
And what you're even saying applies to anybody who's studying, anybody who's starting their business right now. You have no idea how much that commitment to the long-term process, knowing that, yes, it's a lot. There are a lot of things you're learning. There are a lot of things that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
But it takes you somewhere.
And you always need to ask yourself why you're doing this. At every turn,
I like that.
you have to always ask yourself, okay, so why am I doing this? Because if you forget the answer to that question, that's when you can easily give up. Why am I doing this?
That is so good.
This is what I've always wanted to be. Calm. So, okay, let me brush it off and then get right back on track.
Because it's very easy for you to get to where you thought would be success.
Yes.
And then now be like overwhelmed by it, or...
Trust me,
yeah?
I've had my fair share of depressions in law school. But by the grace of God, overcome all those things. And I don't want to scare anyone.
No, they should be scared. No, please be afraid. That's why you're here on MoneyHub, so that we can scare you, inspire you, and then connect you to the right people who walk the journey with you.
Them.
Yeah, I mean, we all need to be afraid small. But we have to do it whether we're afraid or not. And that's the real essence of it. And if you are joining us for the first time, this is MoneyHub with Zipporah Dankwa, and we have Ernest Kofi Boateng in the studio with us, a lawyer and an international consultant, and he is throwing down some lessons from his childhood and what has brought him where he is right now. And if you'd like to connect with us, you can follow us at MoneyHub_official on Instagram. You can also follow me at I am Zipporah Dankwa on Instagram, and watch this playback on YouTube as well. One thing that I think is so important is, even as we are moving forward, right now, I know we're talking and you're like, you know what? I haven't reached the level that I want to reach yet.
Of course.
And I think that's like a human condition. It's not even a human condition. It's actually the God condition in us as humans.
Yes.
Because he created something that keeps creating, and that is that God in us that we want to be like him. We want to keep creating. We want to keep doing his will until we're reunited with him. That's just that nature in us. So you probably feel like you're not where you want to be yet. But guess what? There are a lot of people that are coming up behind you who are not where you are right now. What are you doing to connect that? Because mentorship, MoneyHub here, we are so big on mentorship. And honestly, that's the reason why I was like, you have to come and talk. Because your story is a way that we can also learn. How are you able to give back to other people that are coming in right now? And what are you currently working on that others can also follow?
Okay, so growing up, I've always seen myself as someone anyone can just come and then have a conversation with about anything. And I've had this natural ability to shape up people's thoughts, even though I'm unable to do that for myself, but I'm able to help people put their thoughts together and give them a sense of directions for themselves. I have a few people that they are currently in the university, some are still in the Ghana School of Law, some are young lawyers, even adults. I have adults that I even talk to. We talk about marriage, even though I'm not married yet. But when you handle a couple of divorce cases, you learn a lot from marriage.
Right.
So in every space that I find myself, I give back what I can, where I can, or wherever I find myself. And I make sure whatever or wherever I saw you at, I don't leave you the same. Yes. And to the glory of God, most of the people that look up to me or call me their mentors, they are doing very well for themselves. they are doing very well for themselves. Whenever we catch up, I listen to their progress in the university. I listen to their progress even at work.
That's very good.
It's very good, and I'm very happy. I have a couple of people that are into business, small scale, that we talk. And there's always that fear of failing. And I always use my example. I give them my example of, see, I failed like twice. Yes, it may be academic, but it does something to your psyche.
Yes.
And it does something to your self-worth.
Yeah.
So I am able to use my profession to help them figure it out for themselves as to what they're expected to do. And it's not the strict legalese or the fine print of what kind of contract you're expected to go into. I practicalize it and make sure that they understand what business setup would be beneficial to them, because it doesn't cut across.
No.
It doesn't cut across. So it's something that I'm able to bring to bear, at least to those that are close to me. So if you remember, I don't know if you were there, the program that was held.
Side Hustle Connect.
Yes, Side Hustle Connect. I made a comment that it's always good to have a lawyer as a friend.
Yes,
or
I remember that.
Or as someone closer.
Yes.
Because something that you'd otherwise, pay for, you benefit of that by just picking the brain of such a professional, and then you get a sense of direction, and then you proceed. Yes, that is also not to say you should deny your lawyers.
Thank you. I was about to talk. Thank you. I want to talk.
You shouldn't deny your lawyers.
Pay your lawyer friends, I beg. The same money that you would have paid them if they were not your friend, I beg. Put something in their pocket. Don't be like that. At least they are even giving you from their heart, and you know very well they are giving you extra hours on top of the hours you are paying for. So please pay.
Yes.
Oh man, thank you so much. And right now, what is exciting you in your line of work? Is there something that you're working on that has been really, really exciting? Without breaking confidentiality, tell us something small.
Yeah. So right now, it's still a mix of corporate, commercial, a mix of real estate here and there, employment. Yeah, it's not too exciting, but I've helped someone successfully dissolve the marriage, and it was a toxic one. So maybe I look at it on the positive side, because we were able to amicably settle it without the hassle of litigating it in court for a very elongated period of time. So, and that was very recent. That's the very recent one. But the other ones, you have some briefs, or you have some matters that you're attending to that will challenge you. And I always look ahead for the challenge, because there are most of the things that I didn't even learn in law school, and that is what I even thank my current employers for, BNP Associates. They help make you realize what you are, even beyond what you think you could have become.
Okay, break that down a little bit.
Okay, so there are aspects of the work that I'm currently doing. Of course, because of confidentiality, I cannot share more than I can. But I had to dig deep, research, not just research in terms of looking through the books, go and talk to people, find out how it's actually done, so that I could bring practical solutions to an international client.
That's another point right there. That's another point for success. Beyond resilience, discipline, commitment, your why, thinking outside the box. And applying yourself, all of yourself, to anything that you do. Oh, Ernest, I've had so much fun. And most of the time I stop this, we talk like 1 hour after any of my sessions.
I know, right?
There is so much more I want to hear. But how can people get hold of you to kind of follow your journey and connect with you?
You can connect with me on my socials. I mean, Instagram _ Kofi Boateng. I think, if you send me a DM, I'm always happy to respond. Yes.
Or officially look for his services. Okay, go on to his LinkedIn. Send an official email asking for help.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Lovely
This
speaking
is
to you,
Zipporah
Zipporah.
Dankwa in the studio with Ernest Kofi Boateng, a lawyer and corporate consultant. He's a Ghanaian qualified lawyer with experience in corporate, commercial, labor, finance, real estate. Sounds like divorce attorney as well. He covers all and advises on both local and international, client work here in Ghana. So if you are looking for, a lawyer with heart, I would say. Don't you think so, Sharon? Yeah. She agrees. Of course, that's the reason she's still with this. Could have been military, could have been doctor, but now a very, very good-hearted lawyer. And we thank God for lawyers that are good-hearted, because we all know that we can all use our powers for evil, and that's the reason why you got to join the godly workforce. So if you're not already on the MoneyHub community, if you are not already, if you're not already here with us, follow us on Instagram at MoneyHub_official. Follow me at I am Zipporah Dankwa. And till next time, you got to keep working. And hey, MoneyHub's community is here to inspire, is here to connect, and to empower Africa's next millionaires. Till next time.